Hi you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Julia Creations and I'm back with another video. Hi you guys, I miss you guys so much. If you're new to my channel, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome in, welcome back. Hi you guys, if you're new here, I'm a financial coach, budget coach that makes managing your finances easy and simple. In today's video, you guys, this is going to be strictly for my college students, but I also do want my mamas to watch this video as well if you are sending one of your lovely kids to college this fall, you guys. I've been wanting to make a video like this and I was going to do a series for my college students. So today's video, I do have some clients that are currently in college. College is where a lot of things slip up. You're new to finances, you're out sometimes in the new world, and you're trying to figure out how to manage your money while working a part-time job. I've had some amazing college student clients, and a lot of my clients are sending their kids to college, and I've been able to experience it. Rakia, if you're watching this video, shout out to you, Mama Bear. She's been keeping me in the loop about her son going to college, and I'm so glad that you guys share these moments with me, and it reminds me of why I started my business and just everything that I love about being a budget coach. Your experiences become some of my experiences, and it's amazing just to hear about all that stuff, you guys, and I'm so grateful to be a part of you guys' journeys. So today I wanted to do a video for my college kids. We're going to talk about how to set up a budget if you are in college working part-time, anywhere from about $16 to $17, $18 an hour, anywhere around that ballpark. It's going to be a random income that I'm doing, you guys. We're basically going to be doing an income of like $1,200 for the month, bi-weekly, $600. Of course, this is going to look different for whatever your financial situation is, but we're going to talk about how to budget, and we also will be talking about the perfect credit card for being in college, which I'm so excited to talk about. So yes, we're gonna get into all of that today, the best student credit card, and then tips for starting your credit card journey if you are in college, because this is where most people fall into debt just because their lack of financial literacy. So we're gonna talk about all of that today, and I'm so excited, you guys, and let's get into it. So we are going to be using my blue budget planner. This is perfect for college students starting their financial journey. Ignore the tabs, you guys. I just have these tabs because they were trial tabs that I'm using. We do have our tabs and planner stickers dropping next month, you guys, so I'm so excited to share that with you guys, but it's going to be really nice. And we're going to go ahead and do the month of September, you guys. I know some of you guys started school in August, but you would do the same budget routine. We're going to go through and we're going to set up our budget, and we're going to talk about the credit card that I recommend and all that good stuff, you guys, as we get deeper into this video. So the first thing we're going to do is set up our September calendar. I'm going to go ahead and write our dates on here. September starts on a Monday, so we're going to put the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th. Go ahead and fill in our calendar. Alright, so for our bills and expenses, you guys, we have rent due on the 1st, and rent is going to be $400. And then we have utilities due on the 4th, which total to $65. And then we have Apple Music, going to be $10. And then we also have our paydays, $600 bi-weekly. Alright, and then on the 17th we have our phone bill. And then on the 16th we have Netflix for $16. And then our last payday, you guys, I'm also going to write the last payday on here since we were paid in August 28th. We always want to write that last payday because it's just very beneficial to have. Go ahead and write last payday 8/29. So we're setting up our budget. Our monthly budget is going to be nice to have that. We brought in $600. Okay, perfect. Now that we have all of our bills and expenses written on our calendar, we're gonna go ahead and set up our monthly budget, you guys. So guys, even if we're paid weekly, bi-weekly, whatever our pay schedule is, I always recommend setting up a monthly budget. It just helps. So we're gonna go ahead and set this up for the month of September. These tabs are gonna throw me off so bad. And our good budget goal is to stay on track while in school. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to put our source of income as bi-weekly because we're paid bi-weekly. And we bring in $600 every 2 weeks after tax, which gives us about $1,200 per month that we're bringing in. All right, and depending on how you're paid, you can do the math, take your direct deposits, you guys, and make sure you're doing your budget based on your schedule now that you're in school. So sometimes in the summertime you guys make more money because you're working more hours, so make sure that you're doing your budget based on your schedule for this upcoming school year. Okay, so now we're going to talk about our 2 different expenses. We already wrote down some of our expenses in our calendar, so we wrote down our fixed bills. Now we're going to convert our fixed bills to our monthly budget so we can total how much we spend for the month. So fixed bills, these are going to be our bills, and then these are going to be our variables, our gas, our fun, our self-care, things like that, our subscriptions, and we'll talk about that credit card in a minute as well, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and put 9-1. We have rent, and we split rent. So we have $400 for rent, and of course you're going to put this that matches yours while you're on campus, whether you're using an apartment, whether you're using a dorm, whatever the case may be. Then we have utilities, which are going to be $65, and then we have a phone bill, which is also $65, and then we do have car insurance, which is $145. Okay, so here are our fixed bills that we have to cover while we are on campus. And then let's go ahead and put our variables. So your variables are going to be different based on what you need to pay for. We're going to put the main basics, and then of course it's going to be different for each person. I want you guys to really think about the things you spend while you're in college and the things you're going to have, because that's going to be so important for you. So what we have here is our groceries, and we're going to do a budget of $150. You may use less than that, you may use more than that, so make sure you're deciding how much you want to budget for that. And then we have gas / transportation. We have $75 here. And then our fun / hobbies. Let's say fun / spending. We got $70. Okay. And then we have self-care / personal care, which is going to be $70 as well. And then our subscriptions, we only had 2 subscriptions, which totaled us to $26 per month. And I want you guys to put the subscriptions on a credit card. So I'm going to tag the credit card that I recommend for my college students, you guys, on this video. So this video is not sponsored, but I do want to give my recommendation. I always, whenever I'm doing credit cards, I did my research on this, but me personally, I have my credit card journey attached on here, you guys. I started building credit when I was in high school. So, but if I weren't going to go with the credit card that I would have went with Discover, the student cashback, or the Chrome for students. They're both good credit cards. So for my mothers out here, my fathers out here, if you guys are watching this video and you're watching it for your kid and you're trying to find a perfect beginner credit card for them, this is one of the greatest student credit cards. I feel like there's so many benefits. So what I recommend for setting up the budget for this credit card is to go ahead and basically put your subscriptions on the credit card. So this way you're building a credit score and you're keeping it under a certain utilization. There is 5% cash back on everyday purchases for like the grocery stores or the restaurants or gas stations. So either putting it on the groceries, the gas, or just putting a subscription on there will be a great way to build your credit, you guys, while you're in school. So take advantage of those and try to apply for one of those credit cards. If you're new to credit, you don't need a credit history for these credit cards. They're very perfect for my students, you guys, starting college. And just trying to find a nice beginner credit card. So I'm going to pin it in the bottom of the description so you guys can get it. Once again, this is not sponsored, but I do want to put a card that I recommend and I did my research that would be good. I think this covers the best beginner credit card and then working your way to getting a regular credit card with them, so you can transition way smoother. I'm going to tag that at the bottom of this video, you guys, so you can use that for gas. Maybe just put gas on it each month and pay it off because you'll use that money in your budget. Or you can put your subscriptions on there, whatever it may be. We'll put that on there and you can start building your credit score small and getting the nice points in there, you guys. So that's what I recommend for my college students. Now let's go ahead and add all this up. So let's go ahead and add up what we total to for our bills versus our variables, you guys. So we have rent for $400, utility $65. We have phone for $65, car insurance $145, so we got $675 on our fixed side here. $675 will go to our bills, and then groceries $150, gas $75. Sorry you guys, I was getting a call while I was doing this. I actually wanted self-care to be $50. Guys, I'm so dyslexic. I swap my 5s and my 7s, you guys, so just please ignore me. It's supposed to be $50, you guys, so let's re-add this up here. I don't know why my brain flops those two, and it's the only two numbers that I flop, and I did this as a mock-up budget before I recorded it, so I'm like, why is my numbers not right? So 371 plus 675 is going to be 1046. All right, and then we have 1200 minus 1046. We got 154 left over to go in our savings. I think that's a nice little savings to have while you're in school. Don't spend it all on you know. This way you can still save while you're in college, you guys. So let's go ahead and break this down to a paycheck breakdown. And I got some tips for you guys to make everything and every penny stretch. And let's have fun. I'm excited. Let's break this down to a paycheck breakdown, you guys. Let's do it. Let's set up our weeks of. I'm trying to like cover my tabs so you guys don't see them and it's not throwing you off. But anywho, let's go ahead and set up our weeks of. You guys, so for this example we're going to be doing a bi-weekly budget, but if you're paid weekly you can still use this template to set everything up. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our weeks of. So this is our Mondays to Sundays, you guys. Our first Monday of September would be basically on the 1st, so we'll go ahead and do our Sunday though. I'm going to start with this. I guess we could do the September 1st. We don't really have to do that Sunday. I'm just going to do it because I already wrote it down, but we're going to do August 31st to August 7th or September 7th. You can do September 1st, you guys, to September 7th or whatever. It's supposed to be September 1st, but I already wrote it, so I don't want to change it. Then we're going to do September 8th. You want to do your Mondays to Sundays. I have a client that she does not play if I don't do it Monday to Sunday, so she's going to watch this video and be like, girl, you're supposed to do it the other way. I know, you guys. I know. I'm all over the place today. So the 14th. I don't know why my pen is giving me a hard time. Hold on, guys. Let me just squabble a little bit. September 15th. This is our Mondays to Sundays, you guys. September 15th to September 21st. And then September 22nd. To September 28th. And then September 29th to October 5th. Perfect. This is my favorite part of setting up a budget, you guys, is literally doing the color coordinate. We're gonna color coordinate our paycheck. So we're gonna go ahead, and our first paycheck of the month is going to start on September 2nd. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this. We have to cover everything. I'm sorry, September 12th. September 12th until September 26th. And then all these bills that were due before, you guys, that will be covered with that last paycheck of August. That's why I wrote it there, so you guys can see the visual. So right here, we're gonna go ahead and section off payday. We're gonna put 600 as our payday, and this is the week we don't get paid, you guys, so we're gonna put zeros here, zeros, 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 zeros. And then right here on this little white spot, we're gonna put payday, and then the payday will be 9/12, and we brought in $600. And these are the bills that we're going to cover with this check, but we're also gonna split our rent, you guys. Since we have a smaller paycheck, we're gonna always put $200 aside for rent every paycheck, so that way we'll get ahead on October's rent. So we got $200 for rent. And then we're also going to split our car insurance. I didn't write the car insurance on here, guys. The car insurance is due on the 19th. Which is $145. All right. So we're going to split our car insurance every paycheck. So that way we're not using a full check to cover our car insurance. 145 divided by 2, $72 per paycheck for our car insurance. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and write the rest of the things we're going to cover. We have Netflix coming out, and then we also have our phone bill. So we got phone, $65, and then we have Netflix, which is going to be $16. All right, and then we're going to do our variables on this. So how do we go ahead and break down our variables? We're going to divide this by 2, you guys, since we're paid bi-weekly. So groceries, we spend $150 a month, which is going to be $75 each paycheck. No ramen noodles around here. We can get some other stuff for $75 if we go to Aldi. Then we got gas, which is $75 per month, which is about $37 every paycheck. And then we have fun/spending. So I'm gonna do fun/spending is $70 per month, which is about $35 per paycheck. And then self-care we have for $50, and this is self-care or personal care, you guys. Self/personal care, like deodorant, shampoos, those things, you guys. So for my men, we got a space for that too. All right, $25 there. Now let's go ahead and see what our expenses total to for this paycheck, the fun stuff, okay? So we have everything split. We have our rent, our bills that we're gonna do split. There's our fixed side. Those are our fixed bills. And then we have our variable bills, or our variable spending. So let's go ahead and add this up. So for the fixed, we have 200 plus 72 plus 65 is going to be 337. Okay. And then we have 16 for Netflix, 75 for groceries, 37 for gas, spending for 35, and then self/personal care for $25, which is going to be $188. And remember guys, if we're going to be using those credit cards on any of those transactions, so whether we're using it for groceries that week, we're going to use the credit card and then we're going to pay it off right then and there, so we don't have a balance lingering. So 188 plus 337 is going to bring us to 525 for this week. How much of this gets to go in our savings? 600 minus 525, we get to put $75 in our savings. Now we don't have to be a broke college student. We can have some money saved. And then next week we don't get paid, so we'll zero out this week, and we're covered for the next 2 weeks. Okay, simple, easy, lemon peasy to follow. Okay, that's so corny and cliche. Oh my gosh, I hate when I'm being cornball. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and go to our next week. Let me go ahead and finish this highlight. All right, and we get to our next week, which is going to be the week of September 22nd to September 28th. This week, let's see what our payday falls on. Our payday falls on the 26th. So I'm gonna put our payday 9/26. And we bring in $600 again. And then if your income does fluctuate, you'll just adjust that. And remember guys, every paycheck we go ahead and we split our rent and our car insurance. So I'm gonna do rent 200, car insurance for $72. Okay, and then we'll also have our utilities due, our Apple Music due for this check as well, you guys, because those bills will repeat again for the beginning of the month. The last paycheck of the month will always cover these bills. So 65, and then we'll have Apple Music for $10. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our stuff that repeats again. So remember, we did $75 every 2 weeks for groceries, you guys, so it's time to re-up again. Let's say we're using that credit card for $75. We're gonna put it there and pay it back right then and there. Gas 37, fun/spending, which is $35, and then self-care/personal care for $25. Sweet. Okay, let's go ahead and add that up, you guys. And I did want to go through and just color coordinate this really quickly. Just for my sanity, I like to color coordinate everything. September has like a weird pay period, so we didn't really get to color coordinate the way I like to do it. So we're gonna go ahead and adjust that really quick. Let me zoom in. And go ahead and put the first, second, the third, and the fourth. And we'll have those utilities for 65. We'll have that rent. Okay. And then the stuff that we split, just for my sanity, I want to color coordinate it. Okay. So we don't get paid until a little later in September for you guys that have that pay period. Now let's go ahead and add everything up that we have. So we have 200 plus 72 plus 65. Our bills total to 337. A nice split, not too much going on. Apple Music, groceries, gas, spending, and personal, 182, 182 plus 337. Our expenses total to 519. 600 minus 519. We have $81 that goes in our savings. Alright, you guys, and this was our paycheck number 1 of September, and this was our paycheck number 2 of September. And because these templates are easy to follow, you guys, we don't get paid this week, so we'll zero out this week, 0, 0, 0, and then this will be a repeat of number 1. Be a repeat of paycheck number 1, you guys. That's how easy the templates are to follow. All these bills will be due again on this week, and we'll just repeat that process. Now let's see how much we saved for the month. Our goal was to save $154. After setting up our paycheck breakdown, the first paycheck we saved $75. The second paycheck we saved $81, so we saved about $156. Just had an extra $2 because I don't like to split in half, so just extra cents. $156 is what we're gonna save, you guys, and that's how easy it is to set up a college budget that works. And now we just have to expense track and make sure we're staying on track with our budget planner, you guys. That's how easy it is. Easy peasy. We can start saving and making sure that we're building that credit score, you guys. So our savings will be $156 at the end of each month, and that way we can save while we're in college and we don't fall into debt, and we can still enjoy our finances. That's how easy it is, you guys. Well, thank you so much for watching, budget babes and budget bros. I hope that this video was helpful. If you do have somebody that's currently in college and you want to get them started with their budget journey, I highly recommend sharing this video with them. I do have a discount code that you guys can use if you would like to purchase this particular planner that we're using. You can use the code YTFAM, which gives you 15% off all products and purchases for any of the products I have available on my website, since you guys are a part of the YouTube family. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you or whoever is starting college this year a great journey. And if you do have credit card debt too, you guys, while doing this, you'll do the same concept. You'll just take that money you have left over and contribute it towards debt. Of course, this is going to be different for everyone's financial situation. If there's something different that you're going through in the comments and you want to let me know, make sure you guys share it below in the comments and keep me updated. But I'll see you guys on my next YouTube video. I post every single Wednesday, and make sure you're tagging your college friends, you guys, so they can get their financial literacy and get on track with their goals for this semester. And I'm wishing you guys a good, successful year. I'll see you guys on my next video, my loves. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.